Ms. Bell, the defendant is your former employer, and according to your complaint, you were discharged, and they owe you salary and/or commission in the amount of $750.
Correct.
Tell me about it.
I started employment in April of '96. I was interviewed by the company. I believe he's the manager.
What kind of business is it?
It's a company that sells or distributes alarm systems for Protection One.
Okay, and what were you supposed to do?
I telemarketed those alarms to companies, businesses, and residents.
Okay, so you were hired on salary and commission?
No, I was hired on salary versus commission.
What does that mean?
Means that if you don't make a certain amount of commission that meets that salary, then you'll get the salary instead of the commission, whichever's greater.
Okay, and what was the base salary then?
The base salary was $750.
Okay, you started working in April of '96.
Correct.
Go ahead.
Then during my course of employment, I had some minor setbacks. I was discharged from my employment for making personal phone calls, many personal phone calls, and also disrespecting employees.
So you were terminated. In what month were you terminated?
May of '96.
So you worked there a month?
Approximately a month, yeah.
Okay.
Then after that, I was interviewed by the same person, the manager that interviewed me during my interview in the beginning, and they told me that that the vice president, Terry, wanted to relieve me of my duties, so instead he had Dana relieve me of my duties.
You were let go within a month.
Correct.
How much were you paid?
I was only paid, my first check, I received $60, which is the first sale I made. And the second check I never received because I was in jail at the time for traffic tickets.
So the second check was for how much?
For $80. I actually worked 4 weeks.
Is that correct, sir?
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Yes?
Yes, it's correct.
Well, was it your agreement that she received $750 base salary?
That is something we will do initially for a week, maybe 2, when someone is getting started. As far as doing sales, what you need is to cover your downtime. And she did, and we paid her. I have here records of pay and records of commissions, and that she was paid on all those. And the only dispute being that $80, which is a check she received. She then sent her mother to cash the check. We did not authorize someone else to cash the check at the currency exchange. That is the only dispute. All the checks were issued that she is owed.
How many checks did you issue?
2.
For how much?
There was the $80 one and the previous.
And the $60 one?
Yeah.
Well, what happened to her $750 a month salary?
No, it's on a weekly. First, it's a weekly salary. First of all, when we start someone, we initially...
You give them $750 a week?
No.
No, that's what I thought. It was $750 a month. She worked there for 4 weeks. Correct?
We terminate. That is not something... Yes, it is correct. You are correct.
Well, if she worked there for 4 weeks...
It's not a monthly... What I wanted to make clear is it's not a monthly salary. It's a weekly salary.
Well, how much did you pay her a week?
$250.
$250 a week?
Yeah, it was $250, and that...
Just a second, $250 a week?
That is $1,000, yes.
Is $1,000?
Yes.
So then you owe her... She's only suing for $750. You should have given her $1,000.
So we're getting a bargain, right?
That's what I mean.
No, the thing is that the salary... the salary was terminated, okay? And
After
then she went
4
to
weeks?
straight... No, before then.
Well, how many weeks, according to your records, did she actually work for you?
She worked for us for 4 weeks. The salary versus commission was only in effect for the initial period.
What initial period?
1 week.
Somebody tell you that?
No, ma'am, they didn't.
Are you making this up as you go along,
No,
sir?
we notified... That's harsh.
No, it's not harsh at all. What happened to $750?
Okay.
Or $1,000, according to your figures of $250 a week.
On top of this whole situation...
But that gives her more.
This is not even my supervisor or...
Listen, you're a representative of this company.
That is
why
correct.
you're here?
Yes.
What is
Yes.
your role in this company?
Telemarketing manager.
Mr. Demadoff,
Yes.
$750 is what you promised her. You paid her $60. So, sir, write out a check to her.
Can I?
$690, which is what you owe her because that was your agreement. That's all.